Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the physical Majin Buu Gotenks and just how good he is in DBZ Dokkan Metal Global and JP after his Extreme Z Awakening at 100% this time in the Hidden Potential system. We took a look at this guy at 55% and we're going to continue taking a look at him now at 100%. He is a physical type key +3 HP attack and defense lead of 100%. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to the enemy, and seals super attack. In terms of his passive, he gives super class enemies minus 30% attack and 60% defense. He has key +1 attack and defense of 100%, gets an additional attack and defense of 150% when performing a super attack, gets an additional key +2 attack and defense of 100% and damage reduction of 30% when all allies attacking the same turn on Majin Buu Saga, and he performs a critical hit when the target enemy is in attack down or defense down. In terms of hidden potential build, you're going to be looking to go, ideally here, additionals and evasion. The reason you want to go additionals and evasion is so you can get double benefits of these super attacks, potentially raising your defense even further and causing more damage with critical hits on defense or attack down units. And evasion will help him out because his defense isn't at the point where he can tank super attacks, at least in super hard content like top tier red zone, but he's pretty good against normals. Majin over in the Flash, Metamorphosis, Kamehameha, Nightmare, Wall Standing Tall, and Fierce Battle, all very good link sets that he obviously shares quite a lot with Majin units. And then Artificial Life Forms, Final Trump Card, Kamehameha, Majin Buu Saga, New Majin Power, Power Absorption, Sworn Enemies, Time Limit, Transformation Boost, and Worldwide Chaos, all very good. In terms of his raw numbers, we're looking at like 200k start turn defense with very good support in the form of Physical Kid Buu. But he isn't link leveled a lot, so that could go up even higher by quite a bit. Majin raises its defense a bit, Metamorphosis raises its defense quite a bit, Nightmare doesn't, but over in the Flash raises his attack, and Wall Standing Tall raises his attack. So he gains a little bit more defense, probably pushing him to like the 220k mark, depending on what equips you give him, and that's starter turn. Remember, he gains 150% when performing a super attack, so that's going to go up quite substantially. And he greatly raises defense as well, which is also going to boost that quite substantially. In terms of raw attack stat, he can hit pretty decently. We're looking at around about the 9 to 10 million range, depending on who you've got and what kind of support. All in all, not bad. When you consider the attack down, defense down of oppositions, guaranteed crits, it makes him a really fun unit for SPR, ESPR, and any situation in which you can have the opponent in attack down, defense down. With the Majin Buu team, one of the really cool things that can happen is his damage reduction is really helpful. So his damage reduction of 30%, really good, something that's quite interesting, and can ultimately at the end of the day really help him to take normal attacks quite well. His only real downside that he has, for me at least as a unit, is that he is the Gotenks form of Buu, which means he only really perfectly links up with one unit, being the strength transformation of Super Buu into Gotenks Buu. He links up decently with other Buu units, his links being Wall Standing Tall, Majin, Fierce Battle, or tends to help him out a lot. And Metamorphosis is also pretty common, so you can benefit from that. He doesn't have big bad bosses, which means he's limited when he does link up with Kid Buu and with Buuhan. He is missing a very crucial link there. All in all, a nice unit. I think he's a good SBR addition for the Majin Power team, and I believe he's a really solid red zone addition for certain red zones. I think there are certain red zones where this guy will do quite well, where you can debuff the opposition, and obviously he can benefit from those crits and augment his damage a little bit. I think as a unit he's not bad in any way, shape or form, and I think if you link level him you'll have a much better unit on your hands. 30% damage reduction, 500k defense, 10 million attack stats. It's not a bad unit in my book. Now of course in terms of links you should know what to link with. Majin, Metamorphosis, Kamehameha, Wall Standing Tall, Fierce Battle. Over in the Flash is very uncommon for this guy as a link. It's not something you're going to get super duper common, like at all. So I wouldn't even I wouldn't even bother trying to get it. It's just not something you're going to get on an Extreme team, a Majin Power team, a Majin Buu Saga team. And the thing is, he only gets his 30% damage reduction. So Though he's on teams like, you know, final trump card, etc., sworn enemies, time limits, etc., you need to still inherently run him either floating to hit rotations of the All Majin Buu Saga, or himself in a rotation that's always going to have Majin Buu Saga. That 30% damage reduction, especially if you're going to do red zone or, you know, content of that nature, you're going to need that 30% damage reduction. His raw numbers on their own are not terrible, but they're not enough to handle some of the later stages, to be quite honest. All in all, he's a pretty good unit. I do like him. I think he has his usability. I've definitely used him and tried him out in quite a bit of content, and he feels good. He's not the best Majin power unit, but he's not the worst. And he's a nice floater slash like runner unit to have for certain content on the Majin power team. Another strong after super damage dealing third slot addition, which is fine because you have probably the strongest 1-2 rotations in the game with units like Int Buu and Tech Buu and Int Buu and Physical Buuhan. So you don't need to worry about the second or first slot. That's it from me. I'd love to hear what you guys think about him as a unit. Have you tried him out? Have you used him in content? And yeah, where do you plan on using him next? If you haven't, do you plan on Extreme Z Awakening him? That's it from me. Bye.